Member for Simcoe North.
Mr. Speaker, before tabling budget, the finance minister said by exercising fiscal restraint and by not pouring fuel on the inflationary fire, we will ensure we can responsibly invest in Canadians. Except you need to pay attention to what the government does, not what it says. And what the government did was increase spending by $60 billion, $4,300 for every family in Canada. When will the government take its own advice and realize their spending is making life more unaffordable for Canadians?
The Honourable Deputy Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, instead of believing partisan hacks reading their talking points, I think Canadians should listen to the Parliamentary Budget Officer. When the Parliament...
I'm going to interrupt the Honourable Deputy Prime Minister. I'm tired of getting too much noise from this side, so I'm going to ask her to start from the top, and I'm going to ask for not to have the heckling happening. The Honourable Deputy Prime Minister.
A little late for that.
Mr. Speaker, instead of listening to partisan hacks reciting their canned talking points, I think Canadians tend to trust the Parliamentary Budget Officer. And in testimony before the Finance Committee, the Parliamentary Budget Officer said, and I quote, "When looking at G7 countries, Canada compares very favorably on net debt to GDP." He also said that having spoken...
But it's starting to rattle again. I'm going to have to... I don't want the Honourable Member for Simcoe North to end up at the end, so I'm going to ask everyone to stop. No, you know the process where we take whatever side is causing the problem, we switch with the ones at the end, and then hopefully... I'm talking.
Oh.
Mr. Banff Airdrie, the Honourable Member, did you want to say something to me? No. Now, keep it quiet or else you'll suffer the consequences.
Oh.
The Honourable Deputy Prime Minister.
He's pissed that a heckler got away with it earlier.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So I'm glad to share with this House that further in his testimony before the Finance Committee, the Parliamentary Budget Officer described a conversation he had with credit ratings agency Moody's, who said, and I am quoting, that Canada's deficit should make us, quote, quite happy because by European standards, that's very low. Canada's economy is strong. Our fiscal position is strong. No one should believe the Conservatives when they say otherwise.
Numbers don't lie, Freeland. Numbers don't lie.
It takes a hack to know a hack. Last fall, the finance minister said new spending needed to be matched with government savings. She said the government needed to exercise restraint to not pour fuel on the fire. She also said debt to GDP ratio was the red line. That seems all pretty clear to me, except the government didn't take the finance minister's advice. Mr. Speaker, only one thing can be true. Either the finance minister is being overruled by another leadership contestant or the prime minister, or Canadians can't take the promises that she makes seriously. Which one is it?
The Honourable Government House Leader.
To rise because I think it's important to add some context here. We know the party opposite actually was in power for 10 years, and during that period of time, it was a worst growth record we had seen since R.B. Bennett. And you know what is different, Mr. Speaker?
Sorry, I'm having a hard time hearing the answer. I'm having a hard time hearing the answer because of the shouting. I'm going to ask everyone, including the opposition leader, to maybe just keep it down. Maybe lead by example would be a very good thing. The Honourable Government House Leader, please proceed. Not from the top, but please proceed.
Well, Mr. Speaker, I'll tell you what is different. 2.7 million people aren't in poverty today that were in poverty when the Conservatives were in power. 2 million more jobs than since that party was in power. And yes, these times are difficult across the world right now, Mr. Speaker, but we are leading and we will continue to do so.
Thanks for watching the video to the very end. If you'd like to subscribe, I've made it very easy. You can do so by clicking right there. If you'd like to watch another House of Commons highlight clip, you can do so by clicking right there. And if you'd like to subscribe to my main channel, Mistersunshinebaby, where it's all Canadian political news, then you can do so by tapping up there. Subscribing is absolutely free. There's a button down below that says subscribe. If you'd like to join and become a member and financially contribute, you could do so as well. Thank you so much for watching this video.